light. Go on, Ben. Right. I'm going to have to do all that again, aren't I? Hello, you lovely... Oh, Christ on a bike. Hello, you... Hello, you lovely people of the internet, and welcome to another day of me being seriously messed up. And today's seriously messed up has got me hot, tired, flustered, hot. I'm hot and tired, tired and hot. I'm hot and I'm tired. And I'm flustered because it's taken 3 attempts at doing this bit, because me brain won't brain and me mouth won't mouth. So today, earlier on, when it wasn't this hot, when it was cooler, I made a big decision for me. But to most people, it's a nothing thing. But to me, it was a big decision. I've been subscribing to a piece of software for music. It provides thousands of instruments, sounds, effects. It is a massively... It's been at the heart... It's been a massive part of every piece of music that I've written for the last 4 years. Since I've been subscribed to it. It is a fantastic piece of software with all these instruments. I've been paying £24 a month for it. I can no longer afford to keep doing this because I'm not using it. It's not that it's expensive. I mean, it's expensive, but it's not expensive for what you get access to. And if I was writing music all the time like I was doing, or trying to write music all the time, then it would be worth it. I mean, it's paid for itself for me. In some of the music that I've done, the last album I did, The Girl with the Earl Grey Tea, would not have been able to do it without that. And even though I've made no money whatsoever on that, no, as in actually making money, I have had some money, but not much. You can see it on Bandcamp, by the way, if you really want to support me. I'll leave there'll be a link in me thingy because I can. And it's been a big part of everything I've done, so it's sad that I've got rid of it. I got rid of it off my computer, I've unsubscribed. I've got it till the 20th of this month, but I was never going to use it because I'm just not writing music at the moment. And so it means all those unfinished works, or ones where I didn't render it out as an MP3, I'm never going to know what they sound like now, because I'm not going to go back to that piece of software unless I suddenly find myself in a financial situation where £24 a month is not a lot of money. I mean, it's been a lot of money for a while. I mean, I've paid... It's over £1,000 I've paid in the 4 years I've had it. But it's been worth it to me. So I feel sad in a way, but it's also hammered home to me another thing, that nothing is expendable, nothing is permanent, everything is transient, and it's just another thing. Because I've now unsubscribed from that, there'll be other things that I might still have a subscription to that I've not thought about yet, but I'll probably just bin them as well if I remember what they are, because it's irrelevant now. Now the big thing's gone. I mean, to be fair, I don't even know if I talked about this, but going back a few months, I finally got rid of my hosting. I hosted for years. I was at this company for maybe 10, 15 years, maybe. I've certainly been with different companies over a 20-year period providing hosting and things, and it's been an awful lot of money, and I got rid of that quite recently. And I used to have a load of domain names. I've only got 2 now. I never made any money from them. They were websites that I built, or ideas that I'd had and tried to keep going, but just couldn't sustain it because, you know, like with all things, like all these ideas that I have, like this I'm doing now, it's just me doing it. There's never anybody else who ever wants to join the fun. I want to start a collective, to find like-minded people to work along with the kind of things that I really want to do. But it requires more commitment than people can. People can realistically put into, because, you know, they have family lives, they have jobs, they have commitments and things. So, you know, it's finding people who can commit to some of the ideas and shenanigans that I've got, and there's probably not many people like that, really. And it's irrelevant, because nothing's permanent, is it? Everything can go. It shouldn't be like this. This is what I've got. When I was online yesterday, right, because I'm 90% sure that I've got a house swap in Liverpool next year. So that should be okay. All fingers crossed and everything. So I was looking at what's going on in Liverpool, and this thing popped up on Facebook called Liverpool Street Guardians or Liverpool Guardians or something like that. And there's photos of a bunch of men dressed in black with their faces blurred out on the streets of Liverpool, saying that they're protecting the vulnerable. And you know, if you think they are there to protect vulnerable people, they look quite intimidating. And you know, it doesn't look right. You know, I mean, me thinking as a vulnerable person walking through town of a night, if I came across them, I'd be pretty certain I was going to get my head kicked then. Just a bunch of white dudes walking through town. Looking further into it, they're aligning themselves, they're calling themselves a Christian group. Now that worries me. Anything with a Christian group like that worries me. Because of what I was talking about yesterday, the Christian conservative attack on trans people, vulnerable people, and you know people of colour are going to be involved in that somewhere. You know, it's a bunch of white guys. They've got a programme, but like an indoctrination thing where you can join it, you can register to join, and then you have to work through the things of, like, it looks like it has things where it tells you about safeguarding and things like that, but it's a bunch of white guys dressed in black, not looking very, and the faces are blurred out, so you wouldn't know if that's who you're really working with in real life. You know, if they came up to you, they could say, you get randoms saying that they were Liverpool Street Guardians. No, right. Or if they've got, I mean, maybe they have clothing, maybe they have, like, they've got jackets that have been made and they've got little emblems on them and they're all dressed in black. It looks like something I've seen before. It really does. And I know me history. And apparently there's a thing, I only found out about this quite recently, yesterday I think, as well, as along with these people, there's an education programme from America pumping money into the UK to educate people. I can't remember the exact terminology, but it'll be people who align with the ideals of people like Trump. And the way America is at the moment, America's an incredibly right-wing place. So they're pumping money into the UK. The government is pumping money into the UK as an education programme. Now you can bet that these people are going to be hooked up to that. So it's some kind of money-making grift for one thing. But it's also, and I've checked online, I've checked, and there's little groups of like this all over the place. There was one in London, in Brixton, I think. Oh no, Soho it was. There was one in Soho. There's a group of them in Essex. And it looks like there's some sort of right-wing money-making grift going along, like some kind of let's all dress up in black, walk on the streets saying we're protecting vulnerable people. But what if those vulnerable people, or it's somebody they don't like the look of? From what I can tell with the Liverpool lot, I don't know about any of the others, but the Liverpool ones, they're not associated with the police. They're not associated with, like, Liverpool Council. There's none of that stuff going on. So the vigilantes walking around dressed in black with the faces blurred out in the photos, because you can't walk around with your face blurred out. That would be weird, wouldn't it? It's an idea, though. So they're walking around, and that is going to be intimidating to a lot of people, especially in somewhere like Liverpool, which is incredibly diverse. You know, Liverpool was and probably still is a melting pot of all cultures. Historically, it's like about 800 years old, something like that. Liverpool's been around a long time, and it has been a melting pot for a long time. It was the biggest port in the world. I don't like this right-wing stuff that's going on. I don't want to talk about it. I want to talk about silly things. I want to talk about me shit day. I mean, me day's that shit it's hot. I haven't done anything. It's just like, it's the sort of things I want to talk about. I don't want to have to talk. I don't want to talk about the political stuff, But if I don't talk about it, who will? And I mean, I'm nobody, you know. You know, here I am with my auditorium that could hold 1 billion people, and I've sold 88 tickets to it, and not all 88 people who've booked a ticket turn up for it. And of course, I'm sure that I get people who come in who haven't even paid for the ticket, they just come along to have a look. And it was supposed to be funny, and this is a bit serious. I mean, fascists are like, I haven't thought this through, you know. I am not going to enjoy editing this one little bit. But I'm not going to like editing it because, like, I'm talking about stuff. I don't like talking about politics. I've said it before. Because I'll start ranting about stuff. Because it's something I'm really interested in and I don't want it to be all about politics. So I'm trying to process this while I'm recording. It's not a good thing. No, that is it. That is all I've got for you today. Thank you for putting up with me and I'll see you tomorrow. Love yous. Bye.